Hi Aquarius, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of September 2015. So let's start your reading, Aquarius, with Venus going direct in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And Venus has been going retrograde in your 7th house of relationship and partnerships, your relationship with your marriages, your relationships, your one-on-one relationships with commitment, even relationships, your partnerships in business as well. So there's been a lot of reflection on that, and basically being heard and getting your point across. The first card that I got for you this month, Aquarius, was the Intensity card. And when I got this card, I just thought about the energy that you're going to have at the beginning of this month. So this card to me signifies a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of realistic balance as well, but a lot of busy energy. So a lot of you Aquarius is maybe very busy at the beginning of the month, pushing ahead in terms of relationships that you have with Venus going direct. So you really want to get your point across. You really want to be balanced in a lot of things in terms of your relationships. And then you have a new moon on the 13th, a new moon partial solar eclipse in your 8th house of intimacy and other people's money and, your debts, taxes, a private house, financial matters. Not really a subject that you talk about with everybody, you know what I mean? So you have a new way of thinking in your 8th house of intimacy, and there's Venus going direct in your 7th house of partnership. So you're reevaluating and thinking, you're thinking about different ways to look at your intimacy sector, or thinking of new ways that you deal with power and how you deal with power. On the 17th, we have Saturn re-entering into your 11th house. You control the 11th house, Aquarius. You're the sign of the social, you're the social butterfly, really, in terms of just having a lot of friends and groups, and you're always involved in something. And Saturn is re-entering this part of the sky for you, restructuring your friendships, groups that you belong to, and your big picture, what it is that you really want for yourself, Aquarius, and how it is that you can restructure and really help hone that down to really make something that's gonna be something with foundation, not something fickle in terms of your friendships and what you're gonna involve yourself in terms of any type of groups or what you want for yourself. And then we also have Mercury going retrograde in your 9th house on the 17th as well. So travel, education, philosophy, the way that you're thinking about life, that might really be something you're going to be reflecting on around the 17th as well. The second card that I got for you is the Dream card. And with Mercury going retrograde in your 9th house, Mercury going retrograde just in general, not a good time to really make decisions. It's really a good time to really focus your intentions on reflecting a lot. And when I got the Dream card, all I could think about was you thinking about the past and past relationships or past connections, old lovers, and just spending time more with the familiar, wanting to be in a familiar place. Also spending more time with children if you have any children. The Dream is an emotional card, so you definitely want to reflect on that. Mercury's retrograding in your 9th house, so you're going to be thinking about traveling, how you can expand your mind more or think differently in certain things. Your philosophy, the way that you look at life, your outlook on life also too might also be a focus on how you're looking at on the 23rd, the sun moves into your 9th house as well. So it's definitely a big focus for you, your philosophy, education, going back to school. Some of you said Aquarius, can be going back to school as well this month, or thinking about going back to school, like higher learning, going back to college, or really something to help you kind of zone in on certain things or understand things more. We're going to go back up a little bit to the Mercury retrograding. I wanted to also say it's not a really good time to purchase electronics or really make any really major big decisions with this Mercury retrograde. And recheck everything in terms of communication, with cell phones, text messages, any type of messages you're sending out. Really look into that as well. So we're going to move on, and on the 24th we have Mars moving into your 8th house, where you're having this new moon partial solar eclipse on the 13th. You're thinking differently, and you're going to have to drive around the 24th to really get things done on that. And then Pluto goes direct in your 12th house. If you've been reanalyzing that, how you get in your way, Pluto's going to go direct. So Scorpio's ruling planet going direct in your 12th house is change, buddy. It's change. But still, Mercury is retrograding. So just reevaluating, rethinking, really like, okay, what do you want to do? How can you go about it? And what ways can you make progress in that? On the 27th, we have a full moon, total lunar eclipse in your 3rd house of communication and thinking, the way that you communicate, the way that you are with your family, the relationship that you have with your family, siblings, cousins, uncles, neighbors, day-to-day traveling. This is a situation with communication, though. A situation with communication, a situation with transportation, or any type of communication with that. You might want to also make some travel plans. Maybe something that you might be thinking about as well. The 3rd card that I got for you for this month, Aquarius, was the projection card. So when I got this card, all I could think about was, what mask are you putting up, Aquarius, that is causing some type of miscommunication in your relationships? And Mercury's retrograding. So it also makes me, when I got this card, it's like, okay, Mercury's retrograding and there's a projection card here. So there is going to be a lot of miscommunication between you and other. And when Mercury goes direct around October the 9th, you'll get more clarity on certain things with other people. Even though Venus just went direct in your 7th house of partnerships and relationship, now Mercury is forcing you to think about and reevaluate your communication patterns and your communications with your family, communications with other people around you. So definitely hone in on that with that focus. This is a lot of new energy in the air and a lot of energy for change. So just process a lot of it, and I'll see you again next month, Aquarius. Again, I forgot to mention that I really wanted to say thank you to all the Aquariuses and all the other people that followed me on this YouTube channel. This has been a really amazing journey, and I continue to put up these videos for you guys. Again, I'll see you next month, Aquarius. Bye.